understand why your parents' door was always locked. Growing up, I thought I had the luckiest mom in the world because she had so many friends who cared about her headaches. It was just me and mom in our tiny apartment, and she worked so hard at her cleaning job during the day that she'd come home exhausted with these terrible migraines. But unlike other single moms who just suffered alone, mine had this amazing network of gentleman friends who would rush over in the evenings to help her feel better. There was Mr. Thomas, who always brought flowers, Mr. Davies, who wore expensive cologne, and Mr. Pat, who drove the shiny Mercedes that made me feel important when neighbors saw it parked outside our building. "Sweetie, mommy's friend is coming over to help with her headache," she'd say, smoothing my hair with hands that always trembled slightly. "Can you be my brave little helper and watch cartoons with your headphones on in your room?" I was so proud to be her helper. Sometimes I'd peek through the crack in my bedroom door and see these kind men bringing mom money for her medicine. Mr. Thomas once handed her a whole envelope of cash, and I remember thinking how generous he was to help pay for her expensive headache treatments. The arrangement seemed perfect until everything changed the summer I turned 9. Mom's headaches started lasting longer, and she began losing weight rapidly. Her friends stopped visiting as frequently, which seemed weird because I thought they'd be worried about her. I found her crying in the bathroom one morning, staring at herself in the mirror with hollow eyes. "Mommy, do you need me to call one of your friends to help with your headache?" I asked innocently. She turned to me with tears streaming down her face and said something I'll never forget. "Baby, don't ever let your guard down with a man. Not ever." I didn't understand what she meant then, but I crawled into her lap and held her while she sobbed. By the time I was 11, Mom was too sick to have any friends over. We moved into a homeless shelter because she couldn't work anymore, and the doctors used words I didn't understand like complications and systemic infection and should have been treated years ago. Mom spent her final months in a charity hospital ward, holding my hand and whispering apologies for all the trouble she caused me. The social worker who came to take me to foster care found me sitting beside her bed, still believing that if I could just find the right friend to bring the right medicine, I could save her. It wasn't until I was 16, and I overheard my foster mother telling her friend that my mother had been one of those call girls, that the truth came crashing down on me. At first I wanted to storm in there and call my foster mom a liar, but then the pieces started coming together in my mind. My mother hadn't been entertaining friends who cared about her headaches. She had been selling herself, sacrificing her body and soul to keep us fed and housed while her minimum wage cleaning job wasn't enough. Those kind gentlemen weren't bringing medicine money, they were paying for services that eventually gave my mother the infection that killed her. That's when I truly understood that my mother was the most selfless woman I'd ever meet. She loved me so much that she was willing to die slowly to keep me safe, fed, and innocent for as long as she possibly could.